Welcome to the episode of Locked In. In this video, we're going to be doing a review of the Aventon Kijote $600 gravel bike. If you've been looking to get into gravel and you don't got a lot of money, this review is just for you. In this review, I'm going to be going over the specs, ride quality, price, and my final thoughts. So let's get into specs. This bike is a full chromoly frame and fork. It comes with a 8-speed Claris drivetrain. It is a disc brake frame with mechanical disc brakes and 35C Kenda tires, with Aventon's own branded stem, bars, seat, and seat post. Now let's get into ride quality. I was pleasantly surprised with how well this bike rode. It was definitely comfortable. I do own a lugged steel gravel all-road gravel bike already. If you guys haven't seen that, watch the playlist on my channel. So compared to that, obviously that bike is way nicer and cost a ton of money, but it definitely had a little bit more comfort built into this frame, which I was surprised at being at this price point. Now, does that mean the bike's not stiff? It's stiff enough. It's a chromoly bike. It's quick release front and rear. It's not going to be the stiffest thing out there, but I think it's a decent blend of ride quality and stiffness. Part of that stiffness, I think I attribute to the crankset. It is an external bottom bracket unit. Never heard of the brand that they use on it, but that is nicer than a square taper bottom bracket. So that's going to give you a little bit more stiffness pretty much no matter what in the bottom bracket, so when you're out of the saddle and pushing. The ergonomics, as far as Claris goes, is a huge upgrade to what it was before. Now not having the external shift cable sticking out of it. Basically, the shifter has the same ergonomics as the last generation of 105 levers, which most people know, and they feel really good. As far as the shift quality, it's Claris. It's definitely better, again, than last generation, but there is a lot of play in the shifter. Some of the shifts are kind of vague to where you almost miss-shift or half-shift into gear in the rear, and in my experience, Claris does need a little bit more maintenance, so you're going to be in the bike shop or tweaking it yourself regularly compared to something that is a little bit nicer. As far as the gearing goes, I mentioned this in my ride impressions, and I think my first unboxing, I think this bike is overgeared. I'll say it again, and me and Pathless Pedal both agree on this. They put basically what they put on a road endurance bike, gearing on a steel 30-pound gravel bike. So I find that strange. The front chain rings are 3450 and an 1132 in the rear. I believe, and I've seen other bikes spec'd with the same Claris that run a 34 cassette in the rear. That should have been a no-brainer. And the front rings, I think they should have spec'd a micro compact, something along the lines of a 3046 or a 3248. Losing those few teeth in the top end, that's not going to change much. If your average cadence is 90, you're only going to drop like a couple mile an hour as far as your top speed. So I think they should have done that. That would have also fixed my second gripe with the bike, which is the seat tube bottle bosses. You can't put a bottle boss there without using something else or a set of washers to basically space out the cage, since that since the bracket for the front derailleur hits the bottle cage because it's too close to the bottle bolts. If they would have spec'd the smaller chain rings, they would have brought that down. It probably would have cleared. It still might not have. I think Aventon should have addressed this, either selling it with a set of washers, understanding the issue, or realizing this in the first place and, again, gone back to the drawing board and changed the gearing now. So the big other issue with it is, since it is a gravel bike, you're typically going to be doing long rides out, wherever. And if you don't own a Camelback, because, again, this is an entry-level bike, you can't run a third bottle underneath the down tube like a lot of gravel bikes because of the cabling they run under it, which I get. But, again, that's what makes that second bottle boss so critical, because if it didn't work but you had the third one, you could kind of get away with it. And lastly, that attributed to the ride quality, the bars were too narrow. They were spec'd 40C center to center. In my height, and every bike that I've ridden before, it comes with at least a 42, and most gravel bikes come with a 44 and a medium. So I think that was definitely too narrow in their aspect. They should have spec'd that size up one size at least. Overall, I was pretty happy with it. I think I try to ride this in the mindset of, hey, I'm just getting in gravel, this is cool, this is new, I don't want to spend a lot of money, or I just don't have a lot of money. I think this bike does offer that. Steel definitely has a unique ride quality that I prefer, so I think it's a really great ride, especially for a long all-day ride, but that leads me into the weight of the bike. Now, I don't have a current bike scale, but this is close to 30 pounds, basically with cages and pedals on, in a size medium, and that's pretty heavy. It's about 10 pounds heavier than my other bike, and you feel it. Climbing or whatnot, you're going to feel the weight of the bike. Again, the lower gearing would have helped compensate for this. So somebody who's never ridden gravel, or this is their first bike potentially and they want something that's very versatile, I don't think that's really going to be a big problem for them, but if you're coming from something else, that's something that you're going to kind of notice. The tires on it, I wish they would have spec'd something bigger, but if this is a decent tire, I think, for somebody who's using this for maybe commuting some light-duty gravel. If you really want to get serious into it, buy some bigger tires with a little bit better grip. So let's go into my final impressions and my final thoughts of the Aventon Kijote. I think for $600, it's not a bad buy. I don't think you'd be going wrong doing this. I think you need to understand, again, the few issues with the frame that it does present. I haven't seen any of these built up really nice. I think in the perfect world, if I was going to rebuild it or kind of spec a pro version of this, let's call it, I would definitely have a better set of wheels. Doesn't have to be anything crazy, but a lighter set of wheels, bigger tires, 40-ish C tires, or a 650B option. That would be killer from them to option as well, from the factory essentially. As well as the gearing would be changed. If I wanted to keep it 2x, I would definitely lower the gearing and make it easier and more fun, and spec a wider bar with a flare and a carbon fork. That obviously would bump this price point up quite a bit, but I think that would be something that would address kind of everything. The overall weight, these wheels did ping a lot on me when I was riding them, and they did for a while, longer than most stock wheels, so I think that would be a definite upgrade. And it's going to give you better response when you're pedaling uphill. As well as the lower gearing is going to give you that peace of mind that you have the gear to help you get up that, or if you're loading the thing up with the bags, you can get up it and not be wanting to walk the bike the whole time. And the wider bar would have just kind of made me feel a little bit more comfortable, not so constricted on it. And I wanted to check what the biggest tire I could fit on this bike, and Aventon is right, a 650B by 47 is the biggest. I tried to put my 2.1 rear mountain tire in there, didn't fit. It literally barely went into the frame. So if you guys are wondering to try to push that size limit, 47, 48 is probably going to be about it. So if you guys currently own an Aventon Kijote, let me know in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Are there certain upgrades that you've done that definitely make this bike better? Let me know. I'd love to hear it. If you guys have any more questions or want to know anything about the Aventon Kijote, please comment in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on so you can see all my bike reviews, unboxings, vlogs, and everything else I put out for this channel. So thanks for watching another episode of Locked In.